The IHWA Premier League is proudly brought to you by Champion Auto Glass, Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes, and CD Dodd, scrap metal recyclers.
Welcome to Perth Ice Arena as we take you down for Flyers Orange and the Vikings. Luke Worthington alongside Chris Christopoulos, who will be joining me very shortly. Puck gets pushed into the corner. Spencer tries to take it. Down low's Kelly. Pushing it on net. Dewars there. It hit the side from the top of the blue line. A shot fired in. And it gets pushed into the corner. Now the Vikings manage to clear it out from in front of the net. Trying to push it up the wing. It looks like that is not going to be icing as it gets pushed out from behind the net. Trying to find Kelly. Shot fired by the Vikings and it tipped off the glove.
Evening, Luke.
Of the Flyers Orange netminder. G'day, Chris. What's going on?
I was actually here in the booth before you, mate. You were saying you waiting for me.
You were here before me?
Well,
yeah, right.
In the booth. A big clapper from Hamilton. Just going top corner and goalie got a piece of it.
Is that McCann? It doesn't look like it is.
Not sure.
So we'll check the score sheet in just a moment.
Yeah.
As Potvin pushes it out from behind the net. Webster trying to flick it out of there, but Cooper finding Miles. Shot fired. Pushed off the side of the glove. Now puck pushed into the corner one more time. Around behind the net, Miles again. He's pinched down low. Shot fired on net. Another shot fired and a save. Now coming right back the other way. It's Flyers Orange. Cross-ice pass almost finds Dave Ruck from Jake Ruck, but Wraith pushes it right back. Vikings trying to exit the zone now. Miles. Puck gets turned over. Through the middle, Orange. Pushed over to Cooper. So Pfeiffer, who pushed it around for Wraith. He finds a soft shot in on net, patted aside. Potvin. Now working it through Flyers Orange. Puck pushed behind the net. Pfeiffer now. McLean backhands it right in. Scrum behind the net. Pushed out of there by the Vikings. McLean working it into the corner, but the puck goes sailing out to neutral ice. A slapper dumped in.
It's going all the way.
And
the ref has deemed that deliberate offside, so it's going back.
Right, okay.
So it's as good as an icing. Unless they deemed it an icing.
I have never seen that call before in my life.
It's a fairly, well, I wouldn't say common, but it's a standard sort of call.
I've never, ever seen it.
I've certainly been guilty of it myself on a number of occasions.
So an offensive zone draw for the Vikings. They haven't been too bad so far as they fired it on net.
The Vikings looked all right so far.
Knappman skating behind to push it out of there. McLean was working towards it down low, but it's going to be icing.
Yeah, that one is icing.
So that time it is icing. What do you make of these two teams tonight?
Well, Vikings look like they've loaded up their bench a little. I mean, on form you'd have to say Flyers Orange, wouldn't you? Buying a fair amount, but so far, touch wood, Vikings have looked all right. Competitive anyway.
Puck gets dumped down to the defensive zone, skating onto it now down low, pushing it in front of the net. Now McLean just overskates the puck. It was Macho who did the hard work down there. Cooper skating onto it. Now catching it behind the net, the Vikings trying to work it out of there. And Carius just overskating the puck in the middle. McLean was almost on it. Push right into the corner. Knappman's there, working it down low. Dumped in behind the net. McLean skates onto it slowly. Spencer's there, so's Cooper. Behind the net now, almost a shot in front. And it just goes wide. Now Hamilton coming right back the other way. Has a couple of Flyers to beat. Shot fired from out wide. Pad save, a shot on the rebound. Goes high and wide. Now down low. Pushed in front of the net. Turned right over by Orange. And it just misses McLean.
That's much better offense from the Vikings that I've seen so far. They're actually connecting with their passes.
They are. They do look strangely good tonight. Miles working it in. Slapper fired. And a glove save. So it is McCann in net tonight.
for the Flyers.
For the Flyers, it just caught me a bit off guard though that he's wearing number 44. Also, the bar is packed for this game.
Which is good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And now coming back the other way, Flyers orange. Lyndon Lodge just whiffed on the shot, unlike him. Kelly down low, Lodge skating onto it again, collides with Miles. Right down there. Puck dumped right back in. Flyers orange having to get back on side. Puck pushed up by the Vikings. Now skating right onto it. They could be a chance, working it in slowly. It was centered in front. Or was it a shot? I couldn't really tell.
I think he tried to pass it into one of his players. But.
And it gets worked right back to where it started from. And now here come Orange, shooting and a save by Dewar. His first big save of the night. Now what, coming back the other way. And dumped in.
Going to be too many men. So we're done for too many men, I believe, Luke.
Okay.
Bit unfortunate, it wasn't deliberate. It's just one of those things that sometimes happen. You change and the puck lands at your feet.
So, Alistair Punler coaching Flyers Orange tonight.
No, he's not dressed.
So, in the penalty box, in the Champion Auto Glass penalty box, sits a Vikings player as the Flyers are on the power play. They come right back the other way now. Cross-ice pass, finding Ruck. Goes across now again to Kelly. I think Ruck should have just shot it the way that he's been playing recently, as he collects it again in the corner, pushes it hard behind the net for Webster. Swiftly to the top of the blue line for Dave Ruck, but it's turned right over to Carius. The Vikings almost could have been a chance there, but they just decided to dump it down the other end. Good penalty killing by the Northern Vikings. Dave to Jake, and it gets turned right over to Hamilton, shooting on the backhand. Saved by McCann, and he covers up his own rebound. No troubles there.
Jake Ruck just having a few words to Sean Hamilton, having a bit of a poke after the whistle. I'm thinking, not the smartest move there, Jake.
Just Jake really got into it with Liam Jeffries one time.
Yeah. Liam Jeffries is one thing. Sean Hamilton's a whole different kettle of fish.
As Dave finds Jake on the wing, pushed in front of Dewar's net, tipped aside. A real solid lineup for the power play out here for Flyers Orange as they push it to Ruck at the top of the blue line. Slapper fired in, tipped in front, and it got pushed wide. It went off Lodge's skate. Jake to Webster. Webster has options. Hamilton defending well. Dave shooting in front.
Well worked. That was a very nice series of passes, but
I thought quite a good box out by the Vikings. And that's going to be a tripping call against Kelly. So Kelly will visit the Champion Auto Glass penalty box right as the Vikings penalty expired. I was pretty impressed with the Vikings penalty killing there, Chris, because I thought
actually, they should have right. They even had a chance or two.
And
at the other end.
And I thought that Flyers Orange didn't look too poor on the power play.
No, they made a nice series of passes just before the end of it.
Good hockey overall.
Yeah. Well, that's what we want to see. We want to see the Vikings lift a little bit.
Absolutely.
We want to see it Flyers pushed.
And a couple of, I just don't see really where they're going to score other than Hamilton, but a couple of good saves by Dewar and some good presence in front of the net like they did earlier, and they might be in this one.
The encouraging thing that I'm seeing at the moment is I know I was sort of making fun of them the other week about the number of passes they were stringing together, but tonight they actually look like they're stringing their passes together.
Yeah, they are. It seems like they must be focusing on it as they shoot one in.
And that makes a huge difference. And the other thing that I think I mentioned at the time was how poor defensively they were in front of their own net. And at least tonight so far, they've been quite tight.
Scrum shoes in the corner. I just have a question for you after this. as they're struggling to get it out of there. Just right in our commentary. blind spot. Puck gets pushed right around behind the net. Natman colliding in the corner. And the Flyers manage to get it out of trouble. Vikings very flat on that power play. So it's going to be their defense that's going to carry them tonight, and hopefully Dylan Dewar as well. Do these Premier League teams train?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Well, I know the Vikings do. I'm not sure about the Flyers.
Okay.
I mean, they would have a training session. I don't know how they break it up or anything.
Do the Chiefs?
I would say they do. Yep.
Yeah, right.
Even though I'm a member of West Coast myself, I actually don't know what their regime is with training and everything.
So now right back in the offensive zone. The Vikings set it in front, and it was blocked by Webster. Again, some good play from the Vikings. They've struggled this season, and they've put together a great opening 11 minutes in this game after a solid performance against the Chiefs last week.
Well, they've got some talent out there. They've got Hamilton. They've got Jordan Williams. I mean, he was a thunder prospect, 7 or 8 years ago. They've got Ricky Cooper.
Yep.
So they've got some decent guys out there.
Now the puck gets pushed up ice by Potvin. Colliding in the corner. A group of players. Big collision there as two Vikings go into each other. But now here's Dave to Jake. And he just missed it. McLean nearly had it too. Coming back the other way now, Kiuchi. Kiuchi could have options here, working it behind the net. And he gets pushed into the corner.
Skated himself into the corner there.
Puck in the corner now. Pushed out wide. Collected by McLean and dumped in. Skating onto it down low is McLean. Giving King a shove. King is a Vikings player that I have not seen.
I've seen a bit of McLean is usually quite a clean player in my experiences. I've seen a bit of mongrel in him this year.
Yeah,
it's been good to see.
You mentioned that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's the biggest body out on the ice.
Well, yeah,
and,
that's right.
and he's using his size. So,
and he's certainly a decent player. So
now the puck gets pushed right down the other end, and it's going to be icing.
Yep. By the looks of that.
I thought that they blew the whistle just a second before it went over the line.
That's quite possible, and the refs just getting the players who are on the ice back out on the ice. They're not allowed to change, of course, the defensive team on the icing.
I do notice that they try to do that a lot in this league.
Sneak a change in?
Yes.
Well, everyone tries to sneak it in if they can.
Kiuchi winning the drawback.
Keeps the refs honest.
Pushing it up to the top of the blue line. King missed it. Natman backhands it out wide. Puck shoveled in. Collected behind the net by White. Down low in the corner. Kelly giving a shove. Now Orange have the puck. Working it in down low, Tanner. In front, shot fired, saved by Dewar on the doorstep. They're going to need that tonight as another shot gets fired. Whistles along the ice wide.
I was just about to say how good their net front's presence has been for the Vikings tonight. And Lee Tortoise, I think, just had a good chance in.
Now here comes Jackson. Pushing it around. Now Jackson just over skates it. In the corner now, and a big open ice collision. It was Kelly that went down on a hit by Wright.
Been called for interference on it too.
So Wright will be heading to the Champion Auto Glass penalty box for interference. A hit off the puck. Not sure why that happened.
Yeah, I don't know if it's deliberate or if it's just turning and they ran into each other. Or who knows? However, it's a penalty, so.
Good to see the Vikings back in their white uniform again, by the way.
Yep.
Certainly
my favourite.
Uniform in the league.
Second best?
Yeah, the Chiefs boy.
Yeah.
I've mentioned it before.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
So now Dave holding onto the puck, pushes it up, tips it off Lodge. Hamilton working it out of there. Jake drops it back. Lodge, cross ice to Webster, back to Lodge, off his skate, saved by Dewar. What a save by Dylan Dewar. as it gets pushed back to the top of the blue line. Orange again, shooting, tipped in front. And another fantastic save by Dylan Dewar.
The Weasel tipped that in then and nearly went in, but it was a good save. The Weasel being Lyndon Lodge, of course, as his nickname is.
Dewar having a fantastic season this year, and it's quite unfortunate that pretty much most games he's played, outside of a couple of games for the Sharks, he's lost because he really doesn't deserve it. As the puck gets pushed across ice, slapper, fired in from the top, almost tipped in front by Dave. He finds Jake on the right-hand side, now working it out of there, the Vikings. Good work on the penalty kill. Goes about 3/4 of the way down. Kelly finding Dave, pushing it through to Jake. Could he be a chance? Webster's an option. Tipped across. Webster in front now. He shoots. A save by Dewar. Backhanded in by Dave. And that was a really good sequence there by Dewar and by Flyers Orange. Top of the blue line now. It's Jake pushing it down low. Finding Lodge. Back to the top of the blue line. It's Jake again. Just tipped over his skate. And they're going to call that offside. I thought it just sat on the blue line.
Yeah, and I thought it was all right too.
But the ref...
That was a good save from the goalie then. Kieran Webster's no bunny when it comes to scoring goals.
No,
as we know. So I actually thought that was going to go in, to be honest.
Me too.
I thought, here we go. But
I thought both of those chances were going to go in.
Yep. No, give the goaltender credit where credit is due.
He's been really good, Dewar, all season. That's a name that I have... It's been put on my, radar this Premier League season.
Okay.
Usually plays for the Sharks, and he's in a rotating lineup with Reece Pelliccioni, who's also incredible as a goalie in this league. As a shot, a centering attempt gets pushed into the slot by Wright and covered up by McKinnon.
At the moment, the Vikings are all over the second line for the Flyers. Would you agree?
Yes, I would.
Which is interesting because that second line has been holding its own all season, and they look a bit flat tonight.
And there's...
All the Vikings have picked it up, one or the other, or a bit of both.
So the second line is McLean,
Harry Tanner, who's usually quite good. I think there's Lyndon Lodge out on defense.
Lodge is on D.
Yeah.
So that's really, I think, what's helping this.
Yep. I think that's a deliberate thing they've done. He wasn't on D earlier. Now they've switched him.
Yes, I did notice that.
Yep.
I did notice he was playing forward, but he usually does play D.
Yep.
For Orange, as the puck gets pushed around behind the net. And it's a player wearing 44 for Flyers Orange, I think. Who I just can't. Sorry, 34. Who I just can't make out who it is due to him not being on the team sheet.
Is he not on the team sheet? You know what? I hate to say this. I actually know him, but I've forgotten his name. which is terrible. It's about 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago, he was playing in the same summer league team as me, which is how I know him.
Pushed in on net and a save by McCann.
I claim old age.
Same. I think I agree with you there.
What, the old age? Or
yeah.
Hey, good on you.
So 1 minute, 30 seconds left in this first period. It's been kind of flat by both teams at points. The Vikings with a couple of good scoring chances that they're usually not getting against these stronger teams.
Yep.
So good to see so far.
Very good to see.
Like you mentioned, they have done some good work on that second line. But when the first line is out there and when the power play is out there for Orange, they've been sublime so far. Minus a couple of good saves. What's been stopping them is a couple of good saves by Dewar and some decent penalty killing too by the Vikings as Ruck works it in there past Kiuchi, centering it across. Jake was almost on the doorstep. Now King trying to push it out of there. Shoving Kelly into the boards, and a good reverse hit there by Kelly to get King down to the ice. Cooper working it out of there. King almost had it. So did Kiuchi.
Reverse hit?
Yeah, it was down by the boards.
I'm confused by the reverse bit.
It was kind of, shot fired in by Jake, and what I mean is as Webster gets it behind the net, pushed in front Kiuchi, 20 seconds left, they're coming right back the other way, fires it in to clear some time. Reverse hit, I mean, when the player that gets hit gets pushed to the ground by the player he intended to hit.
Okay.
And now, maybe I just made that term up. I thought it was. So now the puck pushed in on net. The Vikings score and take their first lead.
Hang on. Waved off. Now, what's that waved off for? The only thing I can think of that I can see is time, maybe.
Yes, that's it. The period had ended when they scored.
I don't think anyone was in the crease. I'd have to ask.
No, the period had ended when they scored.
I had it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, apparently Canberra can score after in the intermediate break. Apparently, as we well know. But anyway,
as I've probably mentioned about 65 times on my podcast,
I won't say what I said to the referee at that particular break. But anyway.
All right, we're going to go to break. We'll see you back soon. Vikings and Flyers Orange tied at 0.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
Welcome back to Perth Ice Arena for Flyers Orange and the Northern Vikings. Luke Worthington alongside Chris Christopoulos, and we've had a good first period. Ready for some more action. Chris, what have you seen so far?
Well, I've seen the Vikings play their best game, or best period I've seen so far. Certainly against the one of the Flyers teams.
Against the club that's not the Chiefs.
Yes. Well, like I said, one of the Flyers teams.
Yeah.
So I just hope they can keep this up for another 40 minutes.
One back, off the draw by Orange. We're underway. Tanner. Let's see if this second line can produce a little bit more. It's a good pick-up by you, that they haven't been too strong so far, and they work it right in onto Jewett's net, who makes the save.
Yeah, I mean, they'd be missing Al Punla. I don't know why he's
he looked
playing.
Fine. I talked to him before the game. One back.
I'll ask him later, but
Top of the blue line. Pushing it in, Kelly. Down low, Tanner. In front, shooting, and it was blocked and pushed wide. It's even strength, but Orange looking like they're on a power play here.
Yeah, this is the best shift this line's had.
Now skating hard for it. Hamilton and Lodge. Icing is the call. So a lot of action coming up tonight. The Chiefs and Flyers Blue coming up after this one, which is going to be both a game that we will commentate and a documentary review.
Yes, I did my homework. You gave me 2 weeks ago.
4.
I didn't want to cross you, Luke. You're bigger than me.
Pushed in behind the net. I am bigger than you, but when I played rugby, I played scared, to say the least, so I have nothing. As it gets tied up behind the net. In front was Jake on the pass from Dave, and there was nothing there. It was blocked. Now pushing it out wide for Hamilton. He should hold on to it, but he pushes it right in on net. Sorry, I thought he was going to just go for the one-timer there. I kind of thought it would have been a bit of a waste.
Oh, no, that's all right. They get a face-off in the Flyers' end, so it's not all bad.
I think that the way they're playing, catching them on the rush would probably be their best bet.
For the Vikings,
yes.
Mate? Yep.
As they push it in down low, it was tipped, but just went wide in the corner. Jackson finding right, top of the blue line now, shooting it in, and it was blocked by Dave. Jake coming back the other way. They could be a chance here, Orange, as they enter the zone. Through to Dave, and he overskated the puck. Needed a bit of a longer stick. Dave Ruck as he pushes it out wide. Now coming in down the wing was Lodge. Back to Dave. Shot fired across the ice. Dewar covers it up for the save. Lodge was there to try and push it in.
Lodge was in there being the weasel.
I don't think that he intended to do anything wrong by the goalie there.
Hack at the puck.
He was hacking at it, but it was before the whistle was blown.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, you've got to do what you've got to do, but at the same time, when you're doing that, you're going to expect to get
well, yes.
What happened to him? Put on his butt.
So a face-off for Orange. They win it back, shooting it off the draw. Covered up by a Dewar. So for a game that we thought was going to be a little bit more one-sided than this, it's been very solid so far, as it's one back for Orange. Vikings with it, coming back the other way. Here comes Jackson. He could shoot here. Oh, and he pushed it across. Miles just missed it on the doorstep. Their second best chance of the night, other than the one that was blown off for being after the siren. Now working it into the zone. Matt showing a big hip check there by the Vikings, coming back the other way now. Skating into the zone. And they almost get it in front. King shooting into the corner now. Digney down low. Pushed in front of the net. Tipped out wide by McCann. Right back, King backhands it to the top of the blue line. King and Digney, two players in the Vikings lineup tonight who have provided somewhat of a presence.
The Vikings second line is certainly winning the battle with the Flyers second line.
Well, this guy here, Digney, has been quite solid, and King, what a big body for them to have in their team.
Digney would be flying today, mate, because he spent the afternoon in my place getting his skates done.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I've worked my magic on him.
What's his background? Why is this his first game this season?
I think he's played a couple of games.
Right.
But he hasn't played for a while, he said, so he's been a bit up and down.
Yes. And that's a tripping call. About as obvious as it gets. So Flyers Blue about to visit the champion Autoglass penalty box.
That was Lee Tortoise.
It was Tortoise.
Yeah, that was retaliation. He was hitting the boards and he's giving him a hack on the way through. So and the ref, as usual, the refs only see the second thing, not the first thing.
I guess you could say he was trying to come out of his shell as it's pushed to the top of the blue line. Hamilton hacking at the puck. Coming right back up coming up the right wing. A shot fired and covered up on the rebound by Dewar. A bit of extracurriculars in front of the net. Ruck hacked at the puck just before.
Jake Ruck again. Jeez, I tell you what's got into him this year.
He's had a good season. He's going to be good for you guys at the Thunder next year.
Well, he normally doesn't say I peeped anybody.
Sorry?
He normally doesn't say I peeped anybody. So, a pretty quiet kid normally, but
started playing a pest role this season because he was getting into it with Jeffries all game in one of the derbies. Shot fired in, tipped in front, they score. unlucky for the Vikings.
That was just unlucky.
And it was Dave Ruck who might have tipped it in, or was it Jake? He's skating
Hamilton's
first.
saying this is a high stick. It came at a high angle, actually, but you might be right.
I think you might be
hang
right.
Hang on. No, it's fine.
All good?
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
I just saw the replay with
So,
next to Matt
we would have
producer.
just seen the replay on the screen. So
No, it
so
was
that's that.
waist high. It was fine.
Okay. So speaking of on the stream, send us in any questions that you have wherever you're watching, and we will do our best to probably have our producer just send them to me, or I can check on Facebook.
We can read them off the screen, can't we?
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Matt can point. He's pretty clever.
As the punt gets pushed out from the defensive zone. So yeah, send us any questions. I mean, it's mainly going to be Chris that you ask questions of as the expert in the commentary team. I don't really know what questions I can answer as it's dropped back to the top of the blue line. Now pushed across. Carius was down low. Now the Vikings. Cooper in front. They shoot. What a save by McCann. Another fantastic attempt from the Vikings. They've just been unlucky so far as it gets pushed in. Hamilton pickpockets Tanner, or he would have been away. Through to Carius. A 2-on-1 chance here. The trailing men come in, and Tanner does a good job. He actually missed the puck, but it went out wide. He was still there nonetheless. Tortoise. Sorry, not Tortoise. Yes, Tortoise. He's out of the penalty box. So coming back the other way now. Orange. Cross-ice pass. Shooting. And a save by Jua.
There's good chances there, the Vikings. I actually thought that one's going in.
Yes. For the third time tonight, I thought a chance that that didn't go in was almost a sure thing.
And the knuckleball that came from nowhere, there's one that goes in the top corner.
Yeah.
Have nights of that sometimes.
And you got to feel hard done by a few of the Vikings, but yeah, that's hockey, I guess.
That is. They certainly had their chances. I mean, I thought they could have buried a couple already.
Face off one back. Pushed across, and there was no one there whatsoever. It went through McLean, and a massive hit in the corner. Big solid hit by McLean, but that's going to be a penalty.
Yep.
If the puck gets touched up, so McLean will be going to the champion autoglass penalty
that
box.
Mungle and McLean is coming out.
Well, how about two players from Flyers Orange this year starting to...
Kim White Jr. is not a small lad. He's pretty solid.
Big, he's solid.
Yep.
Used to play for the Sharks. White?
Did he?
Yes.
Okay.
In the first season of hockey that I commentated. Draw one back by Wright. On the power play now, the Vikings. Push back in down low. Wright nearly had it. Puck gets pushed right out of there. Good penalty killing by Wright.
I was going to say he played in my summer league team this year.
Right?
White.
Oh, White. Okay.
You're almost right, but it was White.
Now down low, pushed in front of the net, taken away by Lodge. Jake Ruck coming back the other way with Lodge. Cross-ice pass, just missed him in the corner. That was a really good attempt, short-handed there for Orange. Lodge to Kelly, who finds Webster in the middle now. Lodge again. Webster just missed it. Skating onto it, Pfeiffer dumping it out of trouble.
I say it's a very mobile penalty-killing unit for the Flyers.
Ruck, top of the blue line. Sorry, just a bit lower than the blue line near the hash marks. Webster across to Kelly. Almost was pickpocketed. The Vikings might have been away if he was. Now Hamilton pushes it out of there. Off Carius. Carius finding Cooper. Drop pass back to Carius. And it's pushed through the legs of the Orange skater. Now Hamilton trailing in. On the backhand, pushes it in front. Tipped into the corner by McCann. Kelly pushing it out of there. Now Spencer through across to Carius. Carius battling with Kelly, top of the blue line. Now Cooper, cross ice to Pfeiffer, shooting. Almost tipped in front and pushed right out of there. where it's skated onto by Pfeiffer.
I was just about to say, it looks like the Vikings on the power play. In fact, they are. It's good to see I was paying attention.
They were after the hit by McLean that we talked about for about 30 seconds. As a shot gets fired in by Hamilton, it went high and wide. Unlike him to miss a shot like that, as it goes in from the top of the blue line, tipped in front, now back right where it started from on the other side. Hamilton trying to push it in, down low, Kelly. 8 minutes 20 left in this first period. After the tip-in goal by Ruck, Orange lead 1-0. The Vikings playing possibly their best game of the season against one of the powerhouse teams. Dave firing in a slap shot.
Tell you what, Flyers for about 5 seconds and had way too many men on the ice.
As the puck gets collected, pushed in. Skating onto it, down low, Tortoise. Battling there in front of the net. The Vikings managed to clear it out of there. Carius pushing it through the middle. King skating onto it. And now collecting it is Kim White Jr. Would have been icing, but it was tipped off the Orange skater. Digny in the corner missed it. Tortoise now tries to find Tanner. On the left wing is Kelly, and he gets muscled off the puck there by Carius. What a hip check there by Carius. And now the Vikings trying to come back the other way. Puck takes a couple of skips, and now it's right back with Orange. They fire a shot, saved by Dewar.
Kelly's going to take a penalty. I'm betting on this. He's got roughed up a couple of times. He doesn't look happy.
So now Tanner skating onto the puck. On the backhand, centers it across. Tortoise finds it in the corner. And now another big hit. And it was Kelly who was in the mix there. Lodge skating onto the puck.
Obviously a favourite with the Vikings.
And now chipping it across. Webster off the bench, in front. Cross ice to Tortoise. Why did Webster shoot it? Now top of the blue line. Webster in front again. Tipped it wide. Webster would have buried it if he had have taken the wrister from down low. Now Lodge is on the puck. Skating into the corner. Stops up. Good work down low. Centering it across. Shot fired by Jake Ruck. And it's a save by Dewar. Behind the net now. Vikings trying to clear it out of there.
It's very unselfish of Kieran Webster, but I don't think Dave Ruck, as coach, will be very pleased with it.
Down low. Pushed across. Traffic. Webster. Lodge. Shot fired. Blocked by Pfeiffer. Back to Webster. Finds Lodge again. Lodge once more shooting. Covered up by Dylan Dewar.
It's a big difference between lines, isn't there?
Yes, huge. So, Flyers Orange with an offensive zone draw. Hamilton wins it back for the Vikings. Carius. Now, Hamilton. Natman blocked on his skate. Spencer. Hamilton trying to push it around. Carius finds it. Spencer now. Ruck finding his son, Jake Ruck. Now Jake working it in, shooting, saved by Dewar. Jake Ruck behind the net, finding Webster, Dave in front. Oh, and what a save. A flash of the glove by Dylan Dewar down low.
Nice sliding block from Jordan Williams. I don't know if that took a piece of the puck as well, but yeah, that line looks much more dangerous for the Flyers, doesn't it?
Yes.
Than their second line.
And now some internal chat for the commentary team. We have about 15 minutes until the temperature drops to 2 degrees at 8:30 p.m.
Is there a thermostat setting or something, is there?
No, it's me, and I know exactly when they do it. It's at about 8:30. They randomly drop the temperature by about 10 degrees. Now Spencer working it around, backhands it, and a standing save. McCann playing shortstop for the Flyers.
I'm standing here, and after the hot chocolate you got me at the break at the start, mate, I'm feeling quite toasty.
I can feel it starting to drop. And I've got about...
You don't have the heated jacket tonight?
No, I do. It's right
Oh,
on.
you do? Yeah. It's not plugged in, though, right?
No, our heated jackets, thanks to our CD Dodd, will be plugged in for me later. I mean, you think you're too tough to wear one, but...
Mate, I'm a Gen Xer, mate. Come on.
Until you put it on, don't knock it until you try it. I mean,
I've survived a couple of Canadian winters, mate, trust me.
They're expensive heated jackets. The temperature kind of regulates with your body temperature. That's how good they are. So backhanded out of there. I'm sure everyone was fascinated by that. Cooper backhands it around. Spencer behind the net. Cooper again. Through to Carius.
Vikings are linking up way better tonight with their passing.
I wonder what happened. As a slapper gets fired by Hamilton.
I'd like to say I certainly had a talk to Coach Sean Cookson before the game about a couple of things, but I doubt it's anything to do with me.
Now a shot. No, held onto it in front. Oh, they nailed the rebound and went off the post.
That went off the top corner post. How did that not go in?
Orange almost would have been away there, but it was turned over. Now Hamilton a slapper again, blocked, and I thought he might have had the rebound there at the angle that we were at, but McCann cleared it out of there.
Yeah, I thought the Pavel Datsuk of WA Hockey, Ricky Cooper was going to score then, but he just walked in there.
Now the puck pushed up ice.
Of course, the other Pavel Datsuk is the legendary Fudgy.
Okay.
Liam Jeffries.
We'll see him later tonight for Flyers.
I've got to be nice to him. I'm still trying to get some electrical work done for him.
Some what?
I need to do some electrical work, so I've got to talk him up.
Now here's Dave shooting, and it went high and wide. Under 2 minutes now. Very rare to see a Premier League game on Friday night stay at 1-0 for.
It's been surprisingly entertaining. I don't mean that in a bad. I don't mean to be nasty or derogatory to anyone, but we thought it was going to be a bit of a blowout. And, well, it may be yet, but at the moment.
Well, yeah, still a chance in front. Dave Ruck shoots and scores. Bit of a breakdown there from the Vikings. They trail now 2-0.
Yeah. There was nothing unlucky about that. It was just well worked. With the Flyers' first line.
And they can't do it all night, I guess, the Vikings. They've been holding off the onslaught from Flyers Orange.
They just need to identify who they're on the ice with and just start picking up bodies. Dave Ruck was left all alone there, and he might be old, but he's an old sniper and he can put the puck in the net. So, you've got to pay him some close attention.
Face off one back by Ruck. Down low, skating onto it. Kiuchi was there. Puck turned over for King, pushed in front of the net. Kelly dumping it off the sidewall. And the Vikings are going to cover ground there to stop Webster from getting in. Jake down low to Webster, shooting. Saved by Jewett, backhanded in by Dave Ruck. That's his second of the night. Orange leading 3-0.
Just watch the replay, and I'm pretty sure he was left all alone. Gets in behind them. They're just not counting bodies.
And that will do it for the second period. So right as we say that it's been a 1-0 game for a long period of time, and it's not a blowout yet, Flyers Orange get up 3-0 at the end of the second period. We'll see you soon.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
Welcome back to the third period, and rung up, the temperature is dropping significantly at Perth Ice Arena. West Coast Flyers orange,
Millennials are weak, mate.
leading the Vikings 3-0.
Lukey,
Hey,
the millennials are weak.
enough from you. Knapman, are you going to say Snowflake next? Pushed up through the middle.
I'll save that.
Lodge hacked at it. And now Hamilton pushing it in front, tipped. There was no one there. Now in front again. Vikings coming back the other way now. Jake Ruck, cross ice for Kelly, and
Looked offside too.
just offside. I think it might have been Tortoise who jumped.
At least you can't say okay boomer to me.
Okay, I will.
Well, you can't, mate.
Anyone that's older than me is a boomer.
I'm not a boomer, mate.
You're older than me?
I'm not that old, okay?
That's the line.
Give me a break.
Tanner wins it back off Hamilton. Dumped in onto Dewar's net. He pushes it aside. Puck pushed in by Kelly, saved.
Jeez.
By a Dewar. What goalie prospects are you looking at the Thunder at the moment?
As in, what?
Local backup goalie. I mean, they're never going to start.
Well, they could if we had Charlie Smart or something, but he likes to try and fancy his chances elsewhere, which is good on him. We don't begrudge him that.
Snapper fired in, was blocked by Ruck. Well, Ruck's snapper was blocked as he gets pushed back down low. Kim White Jr. cross ice pass. Now in the middle, Wright. Wright's played a lot of minutes tonight as he gets pushed
he's
right
played,
back.
He's played pretty well actually, Tom. It's the best game I've seen him play.
Well, but he usually plays quite limited minutes, so you don't really see him too much. As Wright works it in again, it was a drop pass back, shot fired by Miles, was blocked.
He's playing centre on that second line, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Somehow, and I don't know whether it's the Flyers or Bat, have changed up now. That Flyers first line is playing against the Vikings second line.
Oh, shot fired in that went wide by Webster. Down low is Ruck and Miles in the corner. Kim White Jr. there too. Webster now centers it across, and it was Ruck who passed it to Ruck again.
Ruck can have a very itchy trigger finger. He'd be looking for that number 3 goal for the night.
Now down
Fino
low.
Dave.
Kelly. Vikings behind the net. Cleared out by Orange now. Tortoise could be a chance. Coming in, lead Tortoise. Stopping up. Trying to push it across. There's no one there. Here's McLean in front. And the puck was tipped away from him and covered up by Dewar. So yeah, which goalie prospects are you looking at?
Who wants to put the effort in? It's simple as that. I mean, you know, there's been a couple of guys over here. We had one young guy a couple of years ago who was very, very good, but unfortunately for his religious beliefs, he couldn't play on a Sunday.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I know the guy.
Yeah, so, which was a shame because he was actually...
Oh, and a shot fired. It was a it was a knuckleball that gets tipped off Dewar's glove and sat on the top of the net. Yes, I
Yes.
know. We've talked about this. Rowan Sodhi.
He was a very, very good goaltender. And, yeah, it's a shame, really.
I remember because he used to play for the Sharks and he would only play on Saturday, which was the only day that he was available, and then McCann would play on Sunday.
Yeah.
As the puck gets pushed up ice, Lodge scanning onto it. McLean pushed in. Vikings close in on it. Now Lodge again. And
It's unlucky.
was that offside?
Jordan Williams, no, it's a penalty. Tripping, I think.
So Jordan Williams will go to the champion auto glass penalty box. And the Flyers will see another power play.
That was unlucky. It certainly wasn't deliberate. It's one of those things.
Ruck ready to take the draw against Hamilton. One back by Hamilton. Pushing it out of there, or at least trying to, was the Vikings. Now Jake. Spencer collects it and pushes it down ice. Good kill there from the Vikings. Didn't even let them get a shot off. Ruck across. Lodge now holding it up to the top of the blue line. Ruck. Lodge again. Down low for Webster. Jake. Shot fired in, tipped. And Spencer collects it, pushes it right out of there. 1 minute 25 left on the power play. And really the third period is when you want to be getting power plays because the clock stops. And it's not when, and it's when you don't want to be giving up power plays, probably more importantly. Now here comes Kieran Webster. He shoots.
Good save.
Glove saved by a Dewar.
But he could see it all the way, so good save. Was it only a 15-minute last period?
Yes, but with stoppages.
Okay. Thought I looked up the clock there. I thought it'd come down really fast, but that would make sense now.
Kim White Jr. pushes it out of there, and it hit the ref hard.
The linesman, there's no padding. Ouch.
And it's tipped in front. Where did it hit him?
It's behind the back of the knee, I think, on the side of the knee. You'd have shin pads out on, but at the back there, you're vulnerable. Even as a player, actually. I don't know if sitting down is going to be the thing to do. Maybe needs to keep moving.
He's in some pain.
Yeah. Oh no, that'd hurt. I've been hit by a puck a few times and got the scars on my face to prove it hurts.
So the game just taking a quick stop as the linesman gets back intact.
So in the NHL, they just wheel another linesman out, but or the Zamboni driver.
Yeah. And the linesman,
good on him.
been a warrior, back out on the ice.
Quite a young linesman. Actually, quite a young officiating crew tonight. They've actually done a good job so far.
Yeah.
No criticism coming from me tonight in that regard.
And a female head ref.
Yes.
It is. The temperature, as our producer Matt just pointed out, is getting back to sub-zero as it does after.
Is that the shorts, Matt? Is that the shorts telling you the story? Is it
now
cold creeps up them?
trying to push it in front. Dave Ruck down low, up to the top for Jake. Jake holding onto it, tipped. And Lodge controls the puck. Flyers still with it on the power play.
Penalty coming to the Vikings by the looks of it. I didn't see why, but...
Now Kelly, slap shot, fired in, went wide. Ruck, down low, Lodge. Lyndon Lodge, sorry, Jake Ruck, now Lodge to Kieran Webster. Webster trying to control it down low. And the Vikings touch it up. So interference called against the Vikings. Looks like it'll be Miles going to the box. The champion autoglass penalty box. Yes.
Did you see it?
No.
No, neither did I.
I guess it was interference, so the nature of interference is sometimes that it's off the puck.
They'll get a player back in 8 seconds, is that right? Am I seeing
Yes, they do.
8
So
seconds,
a player will exit the box in 8 seconds. So this 5-on-3 is not going to last for very long. Kelly, top of the blue line, winds up a slapper, blocked by Hamilton, and the Vikings clear it out of there. Back at 5-on-4 for the next minute 50, providing the Flyers don't score. Vikings have been flat this period.
Yep.
After the big blow that they suffered towards the end of the second, unfortunately.
Well, those 2 goals in quick succession really took the wind out of them a bit.
Now coming the other way, Ruck dropping it back for Jake Ruck. He fires and a save by Dewar. He's been the Vikings' best player tonight, Dewar. Now a shot fired again in front of the save. Once more, Webster behind the net for Ruck. In front was Jake. And now at the top of the blue line, Potvin fires one in, blocked. Dave Ruck to Jake Ruck, trying to center it in front, and Kiuchi covered it up.
A minute left in the penalty.
Minute 1 second.
Yeah, those 2 goals sort of took the fun out of the game a bit, didn't it?
Yes.
So, the Vikings...
I mean, unless you're Dave Ruck.
You'd be looking for number 3. I'll give you a tip, mate. He would be very keen. Knowing Dave the way I do.
Down low, the Vikings clearing him out of there. Jordan Williams on the puck. Tanner holding on to it. Behind the net, taken out of there by the Vikings. Shot fired in. In front now, Tanner trying to push it in. Sorry, Kelly trying to push it in. And he's shoved off the net. And there was a
bit of cheering going on from the Flyer Blue guys.
A stick was whacked out of someone's hand, and then another skater tried to hack it with their stick. It tipped up into the air, and
young Kelly.
And Kelly caught it in the air, and the peanut gallery down underneath us were clapping for him.
Peanut gallery is an accurate description.
And one of them said turning a negative into a positive. I mean, he basically turned something that was certain to amount into a scuffle, into a humorous moment as the puck gets tied up down low. Worked out of there. Held on to. Dumped in. Knapman collecting it. Pfeiffer. Jake Ruck, sorry. Kelly. Dumps it all the way down the ice for icing. All right. Heated jacket time here at Perth Ice Arena. Temperature dropping significantly. And thanks to CD Dodd, the commentary team will be kept warm.
You mean you?
Yes. I mean, you do have the option, but...
Roger. Maybe I was just born in a harder era, mate.
And behind the net now, And that might have been tripping. No, it wasn't. As the puck was covered up by McCann. Pushed out from behind the net by Orange. Small collision in the corner. Ruck pushing it up ice. Now holding on to it, skating it in is Tanner, but it was turned over by Pfeiffer. Cooper coming back the other way. Rick Cooper.
With that Zook.
Is he a ref in the AIHL?
No.
Why did I think that? Now, Kelly pushed it around, taken by Pfeiffer. Cooper again shooting. Pad save.
Some serious slashing going on there from Kelly on Pfeiffer. No, Rick Cooper actually helped us a couple of years ago as another assistant coach for the Thunder, doing notes, game day notes and bits and pieces. So.
Is there a ref whose name sounds like Rick Cooper?
Yes, from Newcastle way maybe.
Yes.
I know the guy.
Isn't it Rick Cooper?
It might be Rick Cooper. Yeah. No, I don't know. It is similar, yes.
So now Webster pushes it out of there. Kim White Jr. skating down low with the puck, still holding on to it. White. Right. Now Cooper.
It's Rick Williams, isn't it?
Rick West.
Rick West. Yeah. Close to Cooper. It's almost the same.
And I guess pushed in the Vikings, just jumping offside. It's Rick.
Yeah. Well, it's the Rick bit that was getting us, right?
One of the most, what's the word? Controversial referees.
Yeah, they have some magical refereeing in Newcastle. If Newcastle is behind, it's not actually. It's gotten better over the years, but certainly a few years ago, if they were behind in the third period, you could guarantee the visiting team that was leading was going to get a lot of penalties.
Now Kim White working it out of there. Potvin is down low. Kim White Jr. having a good shift for the Vikings. Hamilton to Cooper. Now from the hash marks, a shot fired. And now they still hold on to it. Carius across, in front, the Vikings score.
It was Rick Zook to, is that Kim White?
Kim White, yeah.
Kim White, wow. The big guy can snipe a bit from time to time. Rick Cooper's back to Rick Cooper. He's a bit of a rarity here. He's actually American.
Wow.
There's not a lot of, strange enough, there's not a lot of Americans playing.
No.
Obviously, a lot of Canadians and Europeans.
I mean, it's even sometimes rare to get an American import in the Australian Ice Hockey League.
Well, you're pretty good. We've had a couple of American imports. It's actually quite good.
Now the game could pick up a bit here if Vikings can get one right now.
Oh,
what a shot and what a save.
Holy
by
cow.
McCann.
Did you see that? That was a stick. That was going top corner. Wow. That was a hell of a save.
That was the save of the night. A stick save by McCann into a puck that looked like it was going into a wide open net.
Wide open net. We had the perfect angle on it here.
Yeah, we did.
There's actually quite a few punters here tonight, isn't there? Up in the bar and even in the stands up here.
Yeah, loads. And unfortunately, one of the main draw cards of the Super League, Sean Tatungas, will not be in net tonight. Devastated when he told me that last week. Never a dull moment when Tatungas is in net.
He sent me a message about a week and a half, and he really appreciate the
Yeah, he told me.
the rev up we gave him.
Now working it in was the Vikings. Cross ice, backhanded in front, saved by McCann.
Suddenly there's life.
Down low again, pushed out, collected by Kelly. He pushes it up ice. Spencer taking it the other way. Pfeiffer. Under 5 minutes left. Vikings are going to need one in, I would estimate, about the next 2 minutes if they have any chance of getting into this one. As they come back the other way now. Trying to work it, but there's a big glut of Orange players there. And they jump offside the Vikings.
The only problem I can see at the moment is simply Sean Hamilton is on that shift was playing defence. I don't know if he's covering for someone, which he probably was, but they need to get him up front. Need to get him the puck.
Puck tipped into the zone. Worked out of there by the Vikings. Webster controlling it now for Orange. Pushed across, a turnover, a shot fired, and a save. No, they score! It's tipped in off McCann. And with 4 minutes and 8 seconds left, the Vikings are in the game. What happened there? As we see the replay, a shot fired.
Just lost it.
Oh, and McCann just loses it. Unfortunate for Mark McCann as we see it again.
Bad turnover in the blue line. Yep, and she went.
It's about as unfortunate as it gets for Mark McCann, who's been solid all night. Dewar down the other end has been incredible too, and
I think Flyers have called the timeout.
The Flyers.
Yep.
Slow things down a little bit.
Scoreboard doesn't show, but it is 3-2. Life in the game now, mate.
Finally.
Well, it's been a good game. It was just a bit flat when
It was just
Orange
flat when it
got
went
back.
up to 3-0, yeah.
Yeah, but
The start was very good.
the Vikings have worked their way back in this period. They've been building towards the end of the period. But tonight they've just actually passed the puck around, made connections. They've done really well tonight.
And Orange have been kind of flat.
Yeah, a little. Doesn't help. I don't know what's wrong with Alistair Punler. He's a big out front because he's a big presence back there on the blue line. But even
And
still,
Hazelhurst is out.
yeah, but he's been in and out. He's missed more games than he's played, so
Yeah.
they've sort of gotten by without him. He's just a bonus when he does play for them.
He'll play finals, surely.
Well, if he's played enough games, mate, I don't know what the.
Oh.
You've got to play a certain amount to qualify.
I mean, there's not even really an available ladder for this league, so I don't know what they're going to be saying about availability for finals as it gets worked in by Jake.
Well, I'd just like to know where Richmond's going to play.
Richmond?
Richmond.
What about them?
Well, are they still going to only play in Coburn or what? Richmond being the Blackhawks, of course.
Oh.
always play at home.
Yeah, you can
Ooh.
explain this in just a second as Kim White Jr. fires in a shot. So this is your joke. You can say it again.
Well, it's a poor one, admittedly.
That the Blackhawks are Richmond because they
Richmond.
always play at home.
Because they always play at home.
Or Collingwood.
I think Richmond will.
Haha.
Collingwood actually travel from time to time.
Collingwood travel 4 times a year.
It's probably more than Richmond.
I mean, the Eagles moved to the Gold Coast because of Richmond, so I guess that you could say that.
Oh, come on.
And now
That's a terrible giveaway.
almost a giveaway. Yes, a giveaway. Ruck on the doorstep, fired, blocked by Cooper. Now Hamilton clears it out of there. They could be a chance. The Vikings, Carius, still holding on to the puck, shooting, saved. by Mark McCann. Just over 3 minutes left. Puck in front. Working it up the other way. Behind the net now. Dave Ruck backhands it around. Webster shoving the Vikings skater into the corner.
Good work from Jordan Williams there.
Now Williams up ice to Hamilton. Across. Carius shooting. Saved by McCann. Tipped up into the corner. And was that a high stick?
Was. It's going to be a face-off in there anyway, so not going to make much difference. It is 3-3, isn't it? I'm not imagining things.
No, it's
The score-
3-2.
I thought it was 3-3.
No. The scoreboard hadn't updated to 3-2 when you said that earlier. Face off one back by Miles. Shot fired in, save. So the Vikings are playing for their second draw in 2 weeks. Can they score? They shoot and they score!
Do.
Miles
again.
on the doorstep.
Miles again.
Tie game.
Jeez, was that, who passed it? That was a great pass. Hang on, just walk over to Matt on the replay.
And we just got the replay coming up now.
I mean, that was a great little snipe, but who passed it?
I couldn't see.
Japanese guy, what's his name?
Kyuchi.
Yeah, he passed it. Great pass. And good finish too, I might add.
Yeah, solid play. That's, I mean, the Vikings don't usually
No.
play
this is-
offense like that.
No. Very un-Vikings-like. Oh, here we go.
Oh, and a
That-
turnover, Miles! He just lost control of the puck.
I don't think you could believe his luck then.
Now Webster across for Lodge, shooting it. It went wide, a soft shot. Ruck in the corner. Dave Ruck holding on to it, finding Lodge. One-timer goes wide. Just over 2 minutes left now. Miles, the man who scored the tying goal, onto the puck. Pushed across. Worked out of there by Jackson. Pushed down low. Miles out to center ice, controlled by Lodge. Both teams with some life now. Lodge backhand attempt. Might have tipped off Dewar. In the corner now it's Spencer. Puck goes sailing out to neutral ice now. Kieran Webster. Webster back to Lodge. To Webster. He shoots and a save by Dewar. And Hamilton
I don't know what that was about.
muscling Lodge off. It was because Lodge hacked at Dewar's glove.
Yeah, but now I'm sure Hamilton's going to get a penalty for that. Which is probably fair enough, but I mean...
And wow, what a moment in this game. Sean Hamilton going to the Champion Autoglass penalty box for the remainder of the game. And Les Flyers Orange score.
Sean Hamilton's a very close friend of mine, but I have to admit, that was really stupid. And I'll tell him that too later. You know I will.
So roughing for Sean Hamilton, and the Viking and Orange will either win or finish the game on a power play at a tie.
Vikings had all the momentum there. In the last few minutes.
Webster. Dave Ruck. Here he comes, working it in, shooting, saved. Vikings trying hard to work it out of there. Orange holding it in, tipped off Carius. Could Carius be a chance as he skates into the corner? And the Orange skater misses the hit shot by Carius. Another shot. They score! Vikings lead 4-3.
Wow. A shorty.
It all started by the sideboards there. A player in our blind spot missed a hit. We're about
Jake
to...
Ruck.
Can we cue up the replay again?
Jake Ruck.
It was Jake Ruck who missed the hit in the corner. So yeah, skating into it, Jake Ruck misses it. Cross-ice pass.
Then McCann wasn't in position quick enough.
A shot goes wide and wow, it takes a
bouncing off him.
bounce off the end boards, and Vikings with a short-handed goal Lead Flyers Orange 4-3. Timeout taken. And just a second over a minute.
Well, we were so wrong this afternoon, Luke.
Who would have thought? I mean, yes. I mean, if you saw our text message conversation from today, if we put a screenshot of that on the air,
No, we probably shouldn't. But
you would laugh us out of the building. I mean, at least the Vikings would.
and rightly so, they've done really well tonight. Come back from 3-0 down. Four unanswered goals. In fact,
they're basically now in a position where they can't lose this game.
What are you trying to do, Luke? I'm surprised you're the sort of person that says shutout to a goalie, right? Just near the end, in the third period. What are you trying to say? Jeez, mate.
What I say directly impacts what happens on the ice.
Well, if any of these boys watch this broadcast later, they know to blame.
I mean, I don't believe in the commentator's curse. I think commentators just don't know anything about hockey.
Well, I won't argue there. In regards to me anyway, mate. But you do a good job. Well, I don't want to state the obvious, but I'd want to play some tight defence.
Okay, as we're back underway. 1 minute left. Here come Orange the other way. They're going to pull McCann and have 6 skaters on the ice. A 6-on-4. Remember, the Vikings are still short-handed. They push it all the way up ice. Pfeiffer hits the deck. They called icing on a penalty kill.
There's some interesting adjectives being thrown around out there right now.
So an incorrect call will see a neutral zone face-off. Unfortunate mistake by the young referee who, I mean, just forgot that it was still a power play. Face-off won back by Orange. McCann leaving the net. Lodge holding onto it. Whiffed on the puck. And a shot fired by Spencer tips off Lodge's skate. 38 seconds remaining. Here come Orange with one last-ditch effort. Tips off Ruck's skate. Skated onto by Lodge. Orange holding onto it now. Working it in the corner. Backhanded out of there by the Vikings. Orange are going to need to be quick. 20 seconds remaining. Ruck skating onto the puck now. Working his way through the neutral zone. Has support. Can they make something of it here? Across. Lodge shoots. Saved by Dewar. Goes wide. Behind the net now. Vikings tying it up. If they hold it in there, that'll be the game. 1 second left. And the Vikings get their second win of the season against the second place Flyers Orange.
It was a great win tonight for them. That was a really good game, Luke. Quite enjoyed that.
It's not what I expected when I was driving to the rink tonight.
The last 10 minutes,
a game.
Last 10 minutes, me and you were jumping around here trying to get a view of the game in the booth here. That was a
great game.
Yep.
And maybe we can dissect it a little bit more in the next game when we watch Flyers Blue take on the Chiefs. Hopefully another upset coming in that game. But we'll see you then. Thanks for joining us for this one. On behalf of Chris Christopoulos, I'm Luke Worthington. We'll see you soon in about half an hour.
气，这一次